Okay, good evening. Thank you for tuning in. Actually, good afternoon, I guess it still is. I'm sure that you have heard by now that we have had 2 confirmed cases of coronavirus in Vermont County. While there is not yet a confirmed case within the town, I would expect the virus is within our community at this time. Everyone should be using social distancing, regularly washing your hands, and taking all other precautions as prescribed by the CDC and Vermont Health Department. Tonight, I'm here to talk about what mitigation measures the Select Board and the ICS for Johnson has taken as necessary precautions. We will then open it up for questions.
Good afternoon. Also, I am Emergency Operations Director and Chair of our Village Trustees. Some of these things I will be saying this evening, I also said last Friday, but there are many more people here tonight, so I will say some of those again. These emergencies in the past were just located to a certain section of our community. This virus has a potential of being anywhere in our community, and no one is exempt. I'm proud of being a member of this local incident command structure. Eric and I are working in unison in this event, and this is once again where all of our community and elected officials are working toward a common goal. The cooperation has been excellent.
The priority for the Select Board is the safety and health of our employees and their families, as well as the general public. Everything we have put in place has been done to protect and mitigate the amount of exposure between the public and the employees, as well as between employees themselves. We are all in this together. We all need to work together. We all need to be there for each other, and we will get through this. The Select Board ordered all boards, commissions, committees within the town to suspend meetings. The Select Board ordered the departments to establish minimum staffing work schedules so as to maintain continuity of service. Department heads and their backups are working schedules that reduce exposures between them. As an example of this, the town clerk and the assistant clerk are working opposite to maintain continuity of service within the town office. The town clerk's office is closed to the public. The Select Board has waived dog license late fees from April 1st until May 1st. We will look at this again in the future if needed, as well as other items due on a date and time. The Johnson food shelf is closed to the public, providing curb stop delivery only. The library is closed to the public with some modified book delivery options. NVU, Vermont Studio Center, the schools, the Nazarene United Churches, and many businesses in the community are closed to the public, however, may be open via internet options or in other creative ways. The town has set up a special COVID-19 page on our website to upload community announcements, links to the CDC and Vermont Health Department websites, as well as a volunteer form to be filled out if you're interested in volunteering. That website HTML address is the one that's behind me on the whiteboard. I would encourage everyone to look there for any update information. Gordy?
Each member of this unified command structure has been delegated certain responsibilities in keeping all members in the structure in the loop. I am the liaison between our local fire department and EMS. Our fire chief, RJ West, has a protocol in place for all types of responses. As first responders arrive at the fire station, he will decide, or his acting chief, if he is not available, what equipment and how many firefighters will respond. He has a plan in place to protect our firefighters and how to decontaminate after each incident. He's daily reevaluating proper protocols and his staffing levels. He and Brad Courier, supervisor of Northern Emergency Medical Services, has a plan in place for each type of response that may occur. They both have well thought out processes and have trained all responders. As of now, they have proper PPE for these calls. I am in constant contact with both of them.
As the Johnson EMD, I activated the ICS a couple of weeks ago. I assembled a team consisting of 6 people, each bringing skills that are vital to this event. Gordy Smith is the emergency management coordinator and the EMD backup, as well as he just mentioned, he's liaison to the fire department and NEMS ambulance. Nat Kinney is also an EMC. He's the second EMD backup. He's also the liaison to the sheriff's office, volunteers, and nonprofits. Brian Story is our public information officer, PIO, liaison to all town employees and groups. Meredith Dolan is the PIO backup, liaison to all village employees and groups. Scott Myers is the planning and coordination oversight responsibility. Myself as EMD is the overall responsibility for the operation. Rosemary Audibert is looped into the team due to financial implications. The Sheriff's Department, Fire Department, NIMS Ambulance Service have all implemented PPE protocols to minimize exposures. We are working with nonprofits to assist vulnerable population. We have reached out to our stores and the state about food securities. We are receiving daily updates from Vermont Emergency Management and the Health Department.
Our village annual meeting and elections that were originally planned for April has been rescheduled for the first week in June. When the exact date is selected, we will go through the proper notifications for all village residents. In order to protect the office and outside employees and in keeping with CDC guidelines, the trustees have adopted new ones. And as Erica just said, the village and town are working together to continue services from within the office, even as the office is closed to the public. The trustees, with recommendations from Joy Dolan, have a daily schedule with one outside employee working in the village during normal working hours. If an incident occurs during normal working hours, this employee will respond quickly, evaluate the situation, and if necessary, call in more staff or equipment. We need to keep our staff healthy. At this time, all outages and response or emergency procedures have been unchanged. Please use the following contacts to report a utility outage or emergency. The during normal business hours is the same number as in the past, 635-2611. And outside business hours is the same number. It's the 1-844-287-6709. And some of you may have noticed in the last few days that we will continue to do our normal meter readings for the electric, water, and sewer. If anyone is experiencing financial difficulties, please call our office to work out future payments. Payments can be made by mail, drop box, by phone, with credit cards, or online payments. Our sewer plant operators have asked us to pass on to please use toilet paper only. We know there's a run on toilet paper from stores. When you're flushing anything down the toilet, make sure it's just the paper. Other items such as paper towels may clog up our sewer lines and it's harder to process at the plant. When I was down the street this morning, it was nice to see the sidewalks being plowed and sanded as if it was an ordinary day in winter.
And lastly, I wanted to say that I appreciate all of the collaboration between the town and village, our state partners, and the community for their patience. My suggestion for everyone would be to go outside, go for a walk, get some fresh air, enjoy your surroundings, and watch for that first robin sighting. Another thing, check in with by phone call to your neighbors, especially if they are elderly or have compromising health issues, and how they're doing. Just check in with them. Okay. You got the last.
Yep. I want to thank all citizens for being considerate when shopping at Sterling Market and not hoarding items, thus preventing others from the basics. We've all seen on national TV the stores where the shelves have been empty, and I'm happy to say our people are acting more responsible. The store is open from 7 to 8 in the morning for seniors. I want to thank to our post office, gas stations, Johnson Farm and Garden, Fisher Auto, and all the other local businesses that are trying to stay open as much as possible. Our village manager, Meredith, is working from home, but is still in charge of all village departments. She's in constant contact with the Department of Public Service, VEPSA, and all the other utilities to be working together. I want to thank all elected board members, all employees, and the community citizens working together to get through this. Special thanks, as Erica said, should go to Rosemary, Meredith, and Brian Story, who are working behind the scenes at the administrative level, where many of you may not see what they're doing in their dedicated work. This virus is affecting everyone in the community in many ways. I thought of these couple of sentences on the way down here. Eric's wife and my wife are school teachers, and all teachers are setting up school curriculum to all students so they can teach from home. They are not on vacation, and don't envy what they're trying to do from home for all of our students to continue the education process. As far as the burn permits, I have issued the last burn permit as our town fire warden for a farmer for tomorrow with the new snow. He wants to burn brush that's on one of his hay fields, so we're trying to work with him so he can have a hay crop this summer. So there was one more burn permit, but as of tonight, there will be no more burn permits in Johnson, similar to the rest of the towns in the county. I will end on a slightly different note of being protected from this virus. Whatever we are doing, whether you're in the house, outside, or in a vehicle, think all safety. We shouldn't take any unnecessary chances, thus causing a fire, police, or EMS to have to respond when it could have been prevented. Having said this, if you call 911, the appropriate agency will be there to respond to help you.
So at this point, we would open it up for anyone out there who might have some questions, concerns, suggestions, or other issues related to the COVID-19. And all you need to do is unmute yourself, and then you can ask the question.
Hello, gentlemen.
Hello.
So I was hoping, I apologize, I got it here a little bit late. But if you guys hadn't mentioned it already, I was thinking about what your plans are to increase capacity for medical services, and whether or not you guys have looked into possibly turning public spaces into zones for hospital beds or treatment areas.
I'm aware that some of those things are being looked at, but it is not in our wheelhouse to do those things. Copley would have a lot more information on that, or maybe the health department, but I'm only aware that they are looking at all of those kind of things.
And to add to what Eric is saying, our EMS people, the NAMS, Northern Emergency Medical, they're in a mutual aid system within the county, but also through the state. So they work closely with Cambridge Rescue, Morristown Rescue, and Stowe Rescue. So they have a good working network to keep in touch with each other and help each other if staffing or other things get short.
Good question, though.
Thank you.
I don't have a question. I just have a comment. Thank you very much for this meeting.
Well, thank you. And we actually would look for some suggestions. How often do you think it's of value? Anything that we could change, different days, times?
I think you are doing a fine job. I think when there's relevant information, it is appropriate to have a meeting. I like this format. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. We're in this learning as ourselves. This all new technology to us, but it seems to be working fairly well considering, where we are today and how we have to meet.
Right. It's all good.
Thank you.
Yeah, hey guys, I would just say I very much appreciate these meetings as well. And doing, maybe a couple times a week, doing updates on the current state of things, how many cases there are, and whether there are any additional updates that people, from the governor, from the CDC, that people should be aware of, because everything is changing very regularly. So as many different ways as you can have to get that information out, I think will be helpful.
It is changing very rapidly. I believe today at 1, there was around 95 positives in the state, and there's now 2 in Lamoille. I think there's up to 5 fatalities at this time. Seven fatalities. Gordy and I, we met yesterday, and we thought we would do this maybe on a weekly basis, every Friday evening at like a 5 o'clock thing. And when we discussed it yesterday, we said, well, if there's ever a case in Lamoille County, we'll, I don't know if we just crashed. We lost everything. If you can still hear us, if we thought there was ever a case in Lamoille County,
I think we're okay.
Okay, it came back. The screen did go down.
You're fine. We can hear you.
okay. Like I said, if there was a case in Lamoille County, we thought we would have one of these Zoom broadcasts. And that was yesterday, and then lo and behold, last night there was the first confirmed case in Lamoille County. So we decided to go ahead and do it for tonight. But if it seems to work out well, we probably would be doing a regular Friday afternoon Zoom broadcast if people think that there's value in that.
I'll certainly tune in.
Eric, this is Valerie calling from the health department here in Morrisville. First of all, thank you for all your hard work and everything that your town has been doing. It's amazing the collaboration that you always step up to the plate. I did want to confirm with you that the state is looking at, throughout the state, they're looking at possible sites, but nothing is confirmed. Nothing has been confirmed yet. So just keep an eye out for that. And as far as numbers in terms of cases and such, the health department website, which is healthvermont.gov, which you have the link on your website, it's updated daily, usually by 2 in the afternoon. And I had one question, and that was, and thank you for the update on the food security. If you could just elaborate a little bit on, so if someone does need some help, with some food delivery and that sort of thing, do they just call the town clerk's office, and because you've got that list of volunteers?
No, basically what our list is, we're collecting volunteers, but we're going to provide them to some of the nonprofits. Probably depending on your individual situation, Meals on Wheels would be one good option for having delivery. The Johnson Food Shelf, while it's closed to the public, it is doing curbside delivery. And I checked in with them today. They are serving a larger than usual audience. However, they're getting larger than usual donations. So everything is working out all right. So there are some of those avenues, but anybody could call us if they were looking for some kind of help, and we probably could refer them.
Eric?
Yes.
Nat Kinney here. People needing services really at any time, but especially in this time, call 211. That's the United Way. And my video just cut out, so I don't know if I'm still on.
Yeah, we can still hear you.
Call 211 for anyone who needs services, and the United Way will respond and will hook people up.
Thank you, Nat. Nat is on our team. He's the liaison with all of the volunteers and nonprofits. But good question, Valerie. Hello, Dave.
Eric, could I? Yeah, hi. This is David Manning, principal at Johnson Elementary School. Along the same lines, I just wanted to remind anyone in the community that all children ages 18 and under are able to get free meals, breakfast and lunch through the school. We have a curbside pickup at the school building over by the gym and basketball court from 11 o'clock until 1 o'clock on Mondays, Tuesdays, and Thursdays. And we also do delivery out to houses through bus routes on Mondays, Tuesdays, and Thursdays. And those are meals for 5 days. On Tuesdays and Thursdays, you get 2 meals for each kid. So that's available to anybody. You don't have to go to Johnson. You can be homeschooled. You can be from some other community, but you're in Johnson for whatever reason. As long as you're a kid in Johnson, you can get that.
Thanks, you, Dave.
Dave,
All right.
thank you for what you and your administration and all the teachers and all your staff are doing. Eric and I know, being married to different teachers, that there's a lot going on, and I just wanted to say thank you for all that you people are doing, even though you're under the school board, but you're all part of our community. Thank you very much.
Well, thank you. Yeah, thank you very much.
And I would echo all of that as well. If I didn't, my wife would get after me.
Yeah.
Anyone else?
Yeah, this is Doug Mulvey. I spoke to support Nat's statement about United Way. I spoke to John Kearns today, and they are working on they're considering now how to deal with the delivery requirement, and getting information to them on the need would be very useful, I think. So they, not Meals on Wheels, are the contact for arranging for delivery, and I think it's in the process of being worked on at this point.
Thank you.
I want to say, well, if someone was trying to think of a question or waiting to get on, I want to thank, and I'm sure Eric does, and Brian's on the other side of the room here, we want to thank all of you people that have zoomed into us and make this worthwhile. So we're saying thank you back to you people too.
And one thing that we would like to hear is if you're sensing out there in the community that the stress is getting higher, the anxiety is getting higher, we'd like to hear that too. We obviously appreciate that the stress and anxiety is going to climb because of the situation, the world we're in right now. But if it looks like it's going to get out of control, we would like to know that as well.
Yeah, actually, that reminded me of something. I similarly have someone who would be angry if I didn't say something about this. But the school, the college today officially said that they are undone for the semester. And so there may be a lot of people who are currently in town who are trying to figure out whether they should go back wherever home is or whether they should stay out here. Some people who have been staying in the dorms for the past couple of weeks who are now going to be kicked out and, are going to be trying to figure out travel plans and all that. So that may be a big point of some tension over the coming days as that unfolds.
Yes, thank you, Shane.
Elizabeth Perry here. I would like to say that the transparency provided by you all helps reduce the stress. So I think keeping these meetings up is very important, and I appreciate that. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Maybe the end of this summer or middle of summer, whenever this ends, we can have, like we did many years ago, maybe we'll have some big community get together down on the Temple Mill ball field and have a party. And it's done.
I'm all for it.
Hi, this is Leah Hollenberger with Northern Vermont University. I just wanted to comment that our staff, our residential life staff, is working very closely with all of our residential students. And we are working with students that we are aware may have some situations with housing. So we're working directly with them.
Perfect. Thank you.
Leah, if you need help connecting with community resources in Johnson, let us know.
Of course, will do. Thank you so much for that.
You're welcome.
Hi, Leah. You don't know if that's going to affect Community College of Vermont, do you?
I believe I would have to double check CCV. I want to go back and check what Chancellor Spalding said. I believe they moved online for the spring, but I'm not 100% certain. So give me your name and I can get back in touch with you, please.
It's Bethany Royer.
Okay. I'll be back in touch. Let me check on that, Bethany. Okay.
Okay. Unless anybody's got anything else, we'll wrap this up and maybe we'll schedule one for again on Friday at 5 o'clock. And if you look on the town Facebook page, or we'll put it on Front Porch Forum as well, we probably would not do another Vermont alert unless there was more of a imminent need to get a hold of people.
Same link works.
And the same link will work on Friday that you're linked into right now as well.
I'm sorry, can I interrupt for a second?
Sure.
This is Leah again. According to Chancellor Spalding, Community College of Vermont decided to complete the semester using online delivery back in the early days of the COVID-19 spreading. So they have been using online delivery exclusively. That's CCV.
Great. Thank you for sharing that. We all learned something.
Eric, there's a comment there's a question in the chat. Is there a group or contact who is making the masks?
Not in Johnson that I'm aware of. Oh, there was something on from Facebook, I believe. Somebody made something for the fire department, but it's not connected with us. I'm not sure what it.
So, hello, Elizabeth Perry here. I have the ability to make masks. I have a lifetime supply of quilting fabric, and I'm awaiting elastic to come online, as that has been difficult to source. So if there are people who need masks in the community, they can certainly reach me through at 802-760-9158. These masks are only cotton fabric. They do not have any filtering capability. They are designed to keep you from touching your face more than protecting you from inhaling or absorbing the virus. Keep that in mind. The key factor is washing your hands.
Yes, and I would also direct anybody to the CDC and the Vermont Health Department websites for some of those kind of questions and directions, because I know that stuff is changing as they learn more as well.
Hello, good evening.
Yes, we hear you.
Chris Bologna here. Just wanted to let everyone know I posted a link in the chat. Governor Phil Scott just issued an executive order further closing in-person operations for some businesses. He's got a list in there of businesses that will remain open, but he made some changes just now. It just came out.
Thank you for sharing that.
Thank you.
As you can see, things have been changing rapidly. It's a daily, almost hourly thing of what's going on here.
I have to look at the calendar to see what day of the week it is, because they're all, as Eric said, we've been talking, all the days are tied into just one continuous.
Okay, unless there's anything else, we'll wrap it up for tonight. And thank you all for joining.
Thank you.
See you Friday night.